What's up, guys? Welcome back to the 17th episode. I'm sorry about the kind of mishap on the last one. I was really depressed and I had no emotion, so I'm going to work on that on this episode. I have a feeling that you're looking at my crotch just based on the angle of the camera, but yeah, please enjoy. Welcome back. We got my sister back on again.
What's up?
What?
Why?
She's definitely a little more nervous this time, I can tell.
The twiddling of the
thumbs?
thumbs?
It's the fingers. We swapped mics because I was very excited to use this one, and I realized that I am the interviewer, so I probably should be the guy.
Yeah.
But she's got more questions for me. It's like a reverse interview. I just realized that when I was filming the last one, I was like, she's asking me everything, and I don't have anything for her. I had like 2 questions down, and it was literally at the end, so.
I like yapping, so it works out.
I have a couple too. I want to, before I get into it, Dad texted me.
Oh, did he?
And he goes, shout out Dad, love you very much. But he says,
love you, Dad.
He texts like he talks, and that's what's funny, is because you can't tell what he's trying to say because he's saying it like in a tone where you'd have to be able to know his tone. But he said that he listened to the podcast and he was trying to remember what he was like when he was 25 and older, and he says that I remember telling people that I was brain damaged before I turned 26. But for you, I'm sure you're gonna be earlier by at least a year. And I was like, what is he talking about? And I'm like, I definitely have to hear his tone. And then he said, I think at 25, I realized I was in the same boat. And everyone, he kind of just went on about, how he was trying to decide between education and having fun. And he's like, but you can either scrape by and do what you think is fun, or you can make good money. And I was like, damn. And then I didn't respond to him. And he goes, not judging, no. And I'm like, dang it, Dad.
He was like, mic drop anyways.
So he kind of burned me with that one. But I said, that's great insight, because I'm like, I understand what he's getting at. He's being very harsh with me. And I said, we're both harsh lovers, but what do you think of the podcast? He goes, I'm still listening. I keep getting interrupted. And I'm like, you sent me that like a day ago when you said you started listening to it. It was funny, though. I sent it to him on Spotify. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of surreal, though, because I kind of make it for him, and he's listening to it, which is cool.
That's great. It's a desired effect.
I hope he has AirPods. Do you think he has AirPods?
Probably.
Okay.
He's the tech guy like you are.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I get my hand-me-down tech from you and Dad.
Knowing him, if he could get an REI branded headphone, he would.
He would. Wow, that's so accurate.
Yeah. And after you shared the last podcast, I didn't really get that much interaction last time. I took a screenshot actually of it. And then today, all of a sudden, I got a bunch of action, and I thought that was funny because it's like, the day that you shared it, no one was clicking on it, because why would they, And, wow, I took a picture of the wrong thing.
Ruh-roh.
But yeah, like today there was like 10 views in like the last hour, which I thought was crazy. And I'm like, that's so crazy coincidence, but now I'm at like 90 views, and that just blows my mind. Like, if I ever hit 1,000, I think I'm just gonna fall over and die.
Yeah.
Because 1,000 people in a room with me would fucking scare me.
Sometimes you just gotta give it time to get booted into the algorithm.
Yeah.
Some things take off a little bit slower, I've noticed.
Yeah, which is okay. I think it's the best that it's that way right now, because I don't have an established audience and I don't know what I'm talking about yet.
Yeah.
At least, I have a structure, but I don't have a subject, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe I'm someone's Theo Vaughn, where he's like funny all the time, but then kind of real deep down.
Yeah, you do have a really funny personality. I want you to showcase that more.
Depending on who you ask.
You're one of the fucking funniest people I know.
Depending on who you ask.
I love your sense of humor.
Yeah, I try to keep it not as dry, but it's definitely super dry. Wow, these are all really fucking deep questions.
You're gonna just jump in with a deep question?
Oh no, I was just gonna ask you what your song of the week was, but...
Song of the week?
Yeah.
Wow, I had a song question on here too. Let's see, song of the week. Shoot.
It changes for me. That's why I ask.
It changes for me too. I've been in a weird mood this week, and like, no music I normally listen to is like hitting, you know? So, what is my song of the week?
Well, I wait for you to answer. Mine is the same as it has been for a lot of weeks. Facts by Yeet. The song is my favorite Yeet song. So I get out of it, stop listening to it, and I go back to it because it just makes me feel something.
My song of the week is Heavy is the Crown from Arcane. I don't know why.
Is it metal?
Kinda. It's done by the new lead singer for Linkin Park, but it's for a TV show, so it's like a soundtrack for a TV show.
Hans Zimmer type shit?
Not really. But like when I'm driving to work and that's playing, I feel like I'm in a movie, and like I'm not always in the mood for like Linkin Park type stuff, but it just this week is just hitting on repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a couple of Linkin Park songs that I just get stuck to, but I'm like, no, that's not me. That's not me.
That ain't me. I'm not angsty
when
all
I
the
hike,
time.
dude, Nickelback is my shit.
Oh my god.
It just gets me so... Dude, if you don't like Nickelback, you just haven't grown up yet. That's all it is. That's all it is.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I was going to ask you a song question. Where's my song question?
Go for it.
What song reminds you of our sibling friendship? We send each other so much music, like nostalgic stuff.
I don't know why Stars by Switchfoot came into my head. That was the first thing I thought of when you said that.
Yeah?
I don't know if that reminds me of it so much, but that definitely makes me think of it.
Anything Switchfoot's very nostalgic.
Because I remember having the bunk bed and having our cats, and we have the little sticky... stars on the ceiling that were like 2 feet away from our heads because our bunk beds were so small.
Yeah.
And we had our cats on our beds all the time. We'd listen to that song, that CD actually.
Yeah.
And the little boom box.
What was it? Meant to Live?
Yeah. You were meant. And also the fact that you guys went to a Bible camp that played that.
Yeah, I remember
for the whole week or two that you were there. I don't know. I was too young to know
they did like a highlight video and they put it to Switchfoot, and I was like, wow, this is so
Give you
cool.
a highlight reel. That's crazy.
for summer camp, a highlight reel.
That's so funny.
I'm like, we got a whole week with no parents and candy, and we're having a great time.
I didn't get candy at mine. I'll say that.
What?
I did not get candy at mine. But I don't think I went to that one. I think I just went to the one that he went to. You're right. The high school one for our church.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dang, really?
Yeah. That's the only one I remember.
Huh. I think you might be right. It was beyond your time.
Yeah, we also have a new producer behind the camera today, and he's judging me from the side of my body. But it's okay. Jesus Christ, sorry.
There was a bug.
I thought he threw something at me. You have more questions? I have some questions.
I do. This one's random. If you could have a deep conversation with one historical figure, who would that be?
I've been asked this before, but...
Really? That's so random to be asked.
A deep conversation... I just thought of something stupid. Abraham Lincoln. I'd be like, just tell me a fact that just blows your mind.
Why did I know you were gonna say that?
I don't actually know, because I hated history all of my life until like the last couple of years, and now it interests me. But what's that dude's name?
That one dude?
That dude with the long hair.
Dude with long hair?
He discovered gravity, whatever. I think Isaac Newton would be cool.
Isaac Newton?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because I feel like if he's discovering gravity, well, I mean, it just something dropped on his head, so I guess it can't be that much.
Discovering gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? Who do you?
The one who okayed the Titanic. Not one who was like, yep, this is invincible. We're good. Approved. Tink.
I want to meet the person that did 9/11. No, not did 9/11.
Oh wow, it got real dark.
No, because like I've heard so many conspiracy theories about that. And how money went missing from the government, and then like a day later, World Trade Center happened.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories about the Titanic too.
Yeah.
It's a rabbit
You know they're
hole.
making a second one?
Oh man, is that natural?
Not a
selection?
second movie. A second boat.
Is that natural selection?
I think it is.
Oh man, don't do it, guys.
Please do it. Invite me on. You don't even have to pay me. I'll just go.
I volunteer as tribute.
Keep talking. I'm gonna flip this. I didn't flip it up enough to see if it's still recording. Yeah, we're good.
Other question. What's your least favorite job you've ever had?
Fred Meyer. Remember when I had that job? Fred Meyer. I was pushing carts, making $11 an hour.
$11 an hour?
Yeah, and then they were like, you should be a cashier as soon as you're 18, and the cashiers were making like 13 or 14. I'm like, what am I doing here?
Was that the minimum wage back then?
It was like $12.50 at the time.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Not federal, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to a dealership, and they paid me okay, much bigger raise from what I was making before.
Mm-hmm.
But then they hired 2 or 3 more people, and then they gave them all raises and kept me at my wage for like 3 years. So
oh man,
that's what made me jump ship so fast on that. Yeah, so those 2 jobs, I mean, I guess the second job, the dealership job, taught me a lot. I think that one taught me the most.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you? Starbucks?
Least favorite job?
I feel like it was Starbucks because your customers were just horrible.
Yeah, and that was before I had a backbone or really knew how to talk to people. So people walked all over me, and
Imagine trying that shit now.
I know if someone tried that shit now, like I would have been fired.
Yeah, they're more lenient now. People
They are.
can have tattoos like you, and they have no issue.
I couldn't even have colored hair back then.
That's crazy. And now that's all their employees.
Right, it's insane. Like I literally like accidentally had toner in my shampoo and it turned my hair like kind of purple and I got in trouble.
Yeah, it's definitely changed. It's changed a lot because if a bisexual's not making my coffee, I don't think I want it anymore. It makes it so much better. You know how easy it is to fuck up a Starbucks order? I have one local to me that I go to every day, and if the right girl is not making it, it usually tastes like ass. And it's always, actually, correct myself, it's always the gay men that make it wrong, but the gay women make it correctly. I don't know what it is, but it's a mixture of like 2 syrups, milk, and coffee. That's all it is.
I think women are better at attention to detail in general, but also, I'm just going to say the Starbucks does not pay you enough to give a fuck about someone's drink order.
That's true. I interviewed at a Starbucks before. Did I tell you that?
What? No.
Yeah, when I was working my other job, my last job, I was like, I want a second job. So I interviewed at one I went to all the time in the neighboring area. And they're like, wow, we love you. You're so great. And then they were like hitting me up for the next couple of days. And I just didn't answer. Because I was excited about it too. Because, free coffee. But...
It's overrated.
But no, it's consistent. That's what I tell people. It says consistent. That's why I go there. But they were offering to pay me $16 an hour, and then with a not regional, I don't know if that's the right word, but a tip wage based off of like 5 stores in the area. So they take all 5 stores and they average them for tips instead of doing just the 1 star, which I think is horrible. But they said it'd be at the most an extra $1 an hour. So it was a 16 after the $1 an hour. Yeah,
I remember the managers where I was at were hardly making anything, and they'd been there for like 4 years. And I'm like, are you okay?
Barely 20, and now 20 won't even get you by, which is crazy.
No, they were making like 13 or something. Like, blink twice.
Blink twice if you're okay.
If you're okay.
But God forbid this Starbucks CEO gets on a jet to fly to his office every morning.
Does he do that?
Yeah, he does that.
I'm so out of the loop.
Yep. I will say though, I'm jealous. So I would do it. I would abuse the power too if I could.
You're like, I'm hating, but I'm
at
actually
the same time,
jealous.
I would be pretty corrupt myself.
Money would corrupt you?
Yeah.
That's why you're broke.
I mean, it definitely would corrupt me. I love cars. And I love planes.
I get it.
They're like, yeah, get on this thing that goes 500 miles an hour every day. I was like, yeah, why not?
Like, of course.
And people are like, but my wage. I'd be like, I need to put fuel in this. What do you think?
You're like, I have a jet. That's so fucked.
Yeah, but I can't imagine getting on a plane, even if it was private, every morning.
Yeah, I think that is.
Even if you had security clearance and you hop right on, just like you hop in your car. Just live close, man.
Yeah, I was like, I would get like sick from the turbulence.
Being a CEO, you could be remote if you wanted to. If you really want to be in person, have a house near the area.
That's
You're that
true.
rich.
Yeah, I guess they want the challenge, right?
Yeah. Is it crazy that people begged you to be on again?
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of my friends.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love being here.
I guess I'll just fucking leave the fucking podcast if they want you on so bad.
No, they like us hanging out.
Yeah.
That's what we do when we hang out anyway. We just talk forever.
We've sat in at Starbucks and done the same exact thing, but without the mic in my hand.
Yeah. I was like, this is just us anyway. Just yap, 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 yap. So, if we were in a movie, who would we be? What characters would we be?
Would we be in the same movie?
Yeah.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Am I Steve?
Yeah.
Steve.
And I'm Flynn Lockwood.
Flintlock Wood.
Yeah.
That was very quick. I was thinking about that this morning and I couldn't think of an answer. I just thought of one.
Yeah, it would definitely be Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. That or Surf's Up.
Aw. Nostalgic.
Yeah, and then you would be
Chicken Joe.
No. No, what was I thinking? One of the tiny little penguins.
Oh, the little baby ones that get lost in the surf. You turn around for 2 seconds and I'm drowning. That's me.
Yeah, she had her face down in the water. I thought that was funny.
I'm not cool enough to be Chicken Joe, you're right.
Oh, it looks like we're chilling on rain. There's no suggestions for rain in the next... At least that's what...
Don't jinx it.
We can gamble.
Let's do it.
What do you think of the fit?
I really like the shirt. Swag.
I will say I fucked up. I'm a big Depop guy, but this is not the length I like to go for, and
Oh, is it too short?
I like the layering thing,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but the downside to that is that it overstimulates me, which doesn't happen to most people. So I'm expecting it to be around my waist, but now it's just like sitting above my waist.
Well, it looks proportionate.
Thank you.
Are those Dickies?
No, these are Carhartts. I got these on sale, dude. I was seeing Carhartts on sale is like, I was gonna say be recruiting for the army, but that's definitely way worse.
What?
Yeah, no, these I found these for $30 on Amazon when they're on sale. I've never seen them on sale, and they're usually $60. So
That's a steal.
yeah, I know.
Hey, we're both wearing Carhartt pants.
When I scratch, it sounds like I'm using sandpaper.
Stop. Got those sound effects.
Yeah, it's hard not to wear them though, because these, and then I have another black pair that are fleece lined, and those are just literally my favorite.
Oh, fleece lined.
Yeah, but they're so expensive.
They really are.
I bought them when they were on sale, and they literally fit the best because they're skinnier waist, but they like flare out almost. They make me look a lot better, and God forbid, I buy more pants, but I can't.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it.
It's really hard finding stuff that I like. That's why I want to make clothes, because there's so much shit I don't like.
I get it. You're looking for specific
Like I
things.
have, these are Carhartts, right?
They are, yeah. The double duck front.
I have stuff like these, but I mean, if they're not the right type, if they're not like this, then I don't like them anymore.
These are the first pair of work pants that I've bought for myself that are actually women's. I've been wearing your hand-me-down pants to work for so long. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should actually buy women's pants. And they're still too big. I need like a 0, and they don't have a 0.
They don't have a 0?
No, these are huge.
So weird. I guess, yeah, Carhartt has... My real size is their smallest size for waist.
Yeah, they don't have children's size clothing, apparently.
Super, super large children, double knees would be sick.
Right? Yeah, the Carhartt store in real life doesn't have a whole lot.
They don't have
stock.
anything. Every time they're like, check the website. I'm like, I didn't come to the website. I came to the store.
Yeah, like I wanted to try stuff on. Come on, guys.
Sorry, I was just watching the birds.
I'm looking at my questions and they're so random.
No, it's okay.
If you could be a kitchen appliance, what would it be?
Man, fuck, I'd be the stove. That shit never gets turned on.
Wow. Boom, roasted.
I think you would be a fridge. Because you're cold on the inside, but people still value you.
Wow. That's so accurate. Like, you're a cold bitch, but you know, people still think you're cool on the outside.
What would mom be? She'd be a blender. Loud as fuck. Super loud and obnoxious at the wrong hour.
Oh my goodness. A coffee grinder?
No, she's louder more than once a day. That is
that
not
a train?
That is not a passenger train. Oh, maybe it is.
That is a passenger train.
It looks like a horse.
It looks like cattle cars.
A cattle car. I almost called it a horse train. I'm like, that's not the right term. It's really short though. Oh wow, I do really like the vibe that we got going on right now.
Yeah, the clouds look beautiful.
Yeah, I think we're chilling. I was tweaking about the lighting earlier.
It looks wonderful.
I think it's good because I put on auto ISO. I have no idea how to work my camera. I just hope for the best.
I just press buttons and go.
Yeah, that's why it changed the lighting so many times. Any more oddball questions?
Have you ever met a celebrity?
Shit.
Had to think about that.
What's the level of celebrity? Like 10,000 followers?
Any level.
I've met small and micro celebrities. Like there's this one dude that road trips his Porsche, and he has like 200K on Instagram or 100K or something. But I wouldn't consider that a celebrity. No, I can't say I really have.
I guess the most notorious person in the
That's not the most notorious. Do you have one?
Yeah, I've told you the story. I met Doja Cat.
Oh shit! Yeah, I told you to tell Taylor because he'd freak out. Yeah.
And then I've also met Chael Sonnen.
I don't know who that is.
He's a ESPN commentator. He was a fighter. And then some one-hit wonder from the early 2000s. I can't even remember his name. Oh, Pink's husband, the motocross dude. Can't remember his name.
Oh,
met him.
I was gonna say I don't know who that is. I know who Pink is, but
I can't remember his name. I know he.
What if someone says someday that they met me? You ever think about that?
Yeah, right? Manifesting.
But who would they name drop? What would they say? Would they say Ben? Or do you think they'd say chilloutben? Or the podcaster that I've seen in passing?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Dude, I want to be met by... I want people to be astonished that they made... You know, I will say I had a glimpse of that when I hosted a car meet a couple times.
People are like, oh, it's Ransom.
They say my photography name, and I'm like, they're like, oh, what's up? You know, I love your work, and I'm like, that's such a crazy feeling because all I do is take photos. Not like I'm special by any means, but
I mean, you work
it's cool that it makes me recognizable.
You work hard at it. You edit them.
Dude, I had this dude come up to me at the last meet I threw, and he's like, so you the one that runs this? I'm like, first of all, how did he know that? And I was like, yeah. He's like, do you do this all the time? And I'm like, I thought he was just another kid that wanted to know about it. And I was like, yeah, I usually host over by a Starbucks, and it's like a carts and coffee. He's like, so do you bring the coffee? I'm like, Starbucks brings the coffee, but and this dude was out of his mind baked, and I was just like, he's like, yeah, so I make coffee and I do it. He's like, I do it mobilely, and I try to make like the best coffee ever, but take it places. And I was like, do you have a license?
You have a license for that, sir?
And he was like trying to get me.
He's trying to make a deal with you.
A deal with me, but he was like so slow reacting. It took him a second to process everything I said, and I was like, yeah, I want to, but I said I'll get back to you, and just DM me.
Yeah.
Because I do not want to have some dude that has no license posted up in a random parking lot, because I'm pretty sure I don't know if that's allowed.
Yeah.
But just to sell your product in a random parking lot,
You need permits for that.
A permit, yeah. And
you're like, I already deal with too much permit issues. Let's not do that.
so he DMs me. He goes, follow up from the meet about the coffee.
Oh, no.
And this is like an hour after, and I hit him back. I'm like, yo, what's up? He just leaves me on red.
You're like, okay.
Honestly, took himself out.
You're like, all
I'm
right.
okay with this. I'm okay with this.
You're like, I didn't have to deal with it. That's fine.
Yeah, but I found my success in the car meet world and the photography world. I wouldn't say success. I would say the building blocks to success from there. So
No, I would say that you found success. I remember like a handful of years ago you saying you wanted to do these things, and now I'm seeing you do them like successfully, and it's
Yeah.
really cool to see.
40 to 50 cars is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
especially considering my one like a year ago was like 20 or 30.
People pop out to every meet, and you were saying that you wished I remember when you said you wish you could do something like that, and now it's happening.
Yeah,
Like, that's
And
crazy.
it's so wild to me.
I'm proud.
Yeah,
I'm proud.
thank you. You know, I had a couple friends say that, and I'm like, I really don't see, like, I understand why you're proud, but I'm very hard on myself, so I'm like, I just don't see what's so great about it.
Yeah, you're your worst critic.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I'll get there eventually. I started making hoodies, and I'm still testing different hoodie designs, so I think that'd be cool to branch off from there.
Your prototypes.
And I made one for the producer, but I don't have it yet. So, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out printing and embroidering and what jackets work the best. Because even the one I bought, the producer, I don't. It's good. It's gonna last him. He's not gonna care. But someone like me, I get overstimulated if it doesn't fit perfect, if it's not long enough, if it pills. You know what pilling is?
Yes.
That has been happening on one of my favorite blank hoodies.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, what is it doing? And like, I'll wash it and it'll like pill up inside, which is fine, but then it'll pill up right here on the neck.
You
And like,
just
that bothers the shit out of me.
You just have very specific quality standards that you like for your hoodies.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
just
love
bought another
getting
one.
hand-me-down hoodies from you because they're always really nice quality.
And they're free. Yeah, I have a few ideas too. I want to gift them to some people to kind of get the reactions, because if I gift them to people, they'll be like, oh my god, thank you, all really nice. And then if they wear it, that is the true story. Because if they don't wear it, then you're like, it's not that good of a hoodie.
Quality,
yeah.
You should wear one on your podcast.
I did a couple podcasts ago.
You did?
The Must Be Nice one. That's the only one I have right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
First
I almost
prototype.
did today, but someone told me to wear this. So a few people told me to wear this.
I like that shirt.
Yeah, I do too, but I'm still going to sell it.
You're gonna sell it? Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you bought it off of Depop.
I'm going to just resell it on Depop
Oh my
because
goodness.
I can make the money back. Plus, I want to get a longer one. I need to find something.
You said, I'm overstimulated. Can't do it.
You know how much confidence I have listening to music? Have you ever had that confidence where you have music on and like your headphones, whether it's the big ones or the amount of confidence I get when I can't hear anything else in the real world is crazy. And that's the kind of confidence that I still want to carry, but I cannot carry it unless those are on.
You're locked in.
Yeah, dude. Especially if it's my favorite song. I'm like,
You're like,
yeah, dude. And I started like acting like it's my fucking song. I'm like, dude, if I could do this all the time, I would be a much better person. And that's why I struggle a lot with because I'm like, I can hear other things. I can feel like I'm being judged. Like even right now, the producer's sitting right there. I think he's staring at me, and I think he's judging everything I'm saying.
we gotta stare.
He is.
We gotta stare back, judging back.
The podcast, but it's this direction. I'm waiting for him to put up the cards to tell me what to say next.
Line.
Line, please.
Thank you.
He said to say nothing.
Say nothing. No, I get it. I get overstimulated too. You know, if I'm too tired, I don't notice people around me though. That's kind of nice.
You know, I've talked about it before, but I feel my best when I'm listening to music or when I'm sick. When I'm sick, I don't give a fuck what people think.
You're like, I don't care about
I will
anything.
be rude if I have to, but as soon as I'm not sick, I'm like, I don't want to get in their way. I don't want to step in front of them, even though they're, you know, whatever. Yeah, I'm way too emotional.
You got it.
I volunteer too much.
Be okay
I'm too nice.
Be okay with taking up space. Have the audacity to take up space.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay. It's okay.
Dude, imagine Dad listening to this while he's cycling. He's going up. He's going up Mount Rainier. He's just,
What if he was listening while he's cycling? All right, Dad, you got this.
You got
I know
this.
it's mile 100, but you're doing great.
Okay, left foot, right foot, left, right, left, right, left, right, 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 left. Oh, I got you there. That's a little exercise for you.
Now take a sip of water.
Take it. Wait. Oh yeah, he does have the water bottles for his hands. Left, right. Leave the bike lane. Go back into the bike lane. Scare the oncoming traffic. Oh, go back into the bike lane.
Don't encourage that.
He'll probably just do it anyways.
I was trying to encourage him to put a GoPro on so we could see his rides.
He does that. You know he does that?
Sometimes.
He has a YouTube channel.
What?
Yeah.
He has a
He
YouTube
posted like
channel?
a year or two ago.
Oh man.
And it was like him cycling. And I don't think he talked at all, but
yeah.
that's the dad shit you should be doing.
Right?
Dad, that's the shit you should be doing. You post that, even if you talk a little or you don't talk a little, you post that, people are going to watch that. They're going to eat it up.
Yeah, link me.
That would be sick, dude.
You know,
My dad becomes a bigger YouTuber than I do.
shout out Dad. I will promote that.
Yeah,
you know what he
dude.
was talking about? Like a couple of years ago, he said he.
Oh, shit, my bad.
What was that?
I had that emergency SOS thing. Sorry.
I'm like, we're in trouble. Get out of here. Like, hop
What
in
was
the
he talking
car.
about?
He was talking about getting a drone to fly and follow him on his and film him on his ride.
Dude, that's actually, I mean, those things only have like a 20, 30-minute battery life.
That'd be
but
so cool,
that was
though.
such a smart idea to like switch between the views of like
Yeah.
his head and then like the drone.
Yeah.
And like when something happens, he goes around a corner, he can watch himself like on the video,
Yeah.
take a curve, and then it switches back.
Yeah. You know, he should get
Dude.
a 360 cam, low key.
Well, yeah.
That would kind of do the same thing.
Put a gap cam on dad's bike.
Oh, what?
You know what a
cam?
gap cam is? You seen the people that have their on their cars, they stick the cam out. If you go
thought-
to any car meet, they'll put that on.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually they put it on like Corvettes that have like 1,000 horsepower. People have been putting it on their stock 350Zs.
Yeah.
It's stupid. But imagine dad putting one of those so every time he passes someone else on the bike, he has a 360 view.
Like,
He's like, get past, bitch.
yeah, I've seen him on drift cars. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, people have been doing those for the last year or two now. It's a really big. It's so stupid now because people put it on like this car. I'm like, this car ain't shit, bro.
I mean, it's still a cool like vantage point to see. I don't know.
But people do exactly what they did at that car meet, and that's why they put them on.
Yeah.
They slide them.
They're
And
like,
let me
cops.
watch me do something stupid
They're
in
like,
front of people.
pull me over. I have a camera. Pull me
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, that shit's dumb.
You know what I saw on my drive here? I was gonna ask you if you knew what it was because you're like Shazam for cars. You know what the car is that looks like the new Miata, but it's a
MX-5?
A what?
A Honda?
No, I think Honda.
It looks like what?
It looks like a new Miata, but it's not a Miata. And it's got like the similar body style.
If you're thinking what I'm thinking about, it's not new, but
No, I mean the newer Miatas. Like it looks.
oh, it looks like one.
Yeah, but it's not. I think so.
That's a
yeah.
Honda.
Honda. Yep.
It's S2000, what she's talking about.
It looks like a spy car.
They're super fun.
Yeah.
I've driven one in my life.
Of course you have. What have you not driven?
They're push button, but they also have a key, so you have to click the key and then push the push button.
That's super weird.
Isn't that funny? It's a very Honda thing.
What futuristic invention do you wish existed right now?
Jarvis.
That was quick.
And not even for everyone else. I know that AI is a huge thing, but just for me. Mm-hmm. I want to be Tony Stark. Every time I watch his movie, I'm like, his movie. Damn, bitch. I watch Iron Man. I'm like, dude, I want someone so smart to be like, okay, when do I go to sleep? Mm-hmm. Where do I need to be at this specific time? I don't want some bullshit AI that attains to everyone. I want one that attains to me.
Hey, that's
I want one that knows me personally and
that's
that
not
won't.
far off.
But that's for public. I want something for me specifically and that attains to my needs.
Yeah,
And,
you get like a little like chip in your brain and it just knows you.
yeah, I want a metabolic panel to see what I could eat today. You
that
know?
would be sick.
Dude,
I
like,
would love
what is
that.
my body deficient in today?
That'd be crazy.
What am I, what am I lacking normally and what do I need more of? And what's a good meal that takes, I'm just asking these are questions I asked ChatGPT. What meal can I make with just rice, lettuce, and a bottle of water in my fridge?
The bachelor pad.
That's kind of what it is right now. Yeah, because I do not like cooking, but I'm starting to like it.
Yeah.
But, Jarvis would be super sick.
That would be dope. What if you were like sick and you didn't know what you're sick with, and it could read your blood and be like,
That would help me so many times.
you have blah blah blah. That's
Jarvis, can I kill someone to make me not sick anymore?
I need to sacrifice something.
Yeah, I've thought about that for a really long time, and that's why I always say that, because I get so many ideas in my head. I'm like, what? Imagine if I had Jarvis right now. Jarvis, get me home.
You just want to like turn your brain off.
I just want to be Iron Man. That's all I want to
fair.
do.
I want to be rich and not have to think about most things.
That or I would invent like 15 different foods that have sugar, but sugar isn't bad for. Dude, imagine if sugar wasn't bad for you.
That'd be crazy.
And the shit that tasted good was actually good for you.
That would be so nice.
Why must I be forced to be resilient?
Why do I have to do the hard things? Hey, look, chicken truck.
The little K-truck. You got a lot of questions there.
I do.
Damn.
What's the dumbest or silliest reason you've ever missed an appointment?
Oh, fuck. I haven't missed that many because I don't like making appointments to anything.
Said simple, don't make appointments.
I can't even remember. Shitting. That's not that crazy.
I took too long to shit.
Yeah, that's not that crazy. I feel like you have a stupid reason though.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. It's probably also related to shitting.
Yeah.
Or my kid shitting on me.
She got that IBS.
Actually,
Because I be on that shit, you know what I'm saying?
I be on that shit. That's a good one.
What's something you're working to improve this year about yourself?
Something I'm working to improve. Well, one goal was cooking, learning how to cook, and I feel like
that?
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty I'm on a good roll with that. My next thing is better financial literacy. It's something that's really overwhelming to me.
Don't think I know that one.
But I want to learn more about it.
Yeah, I think it's smart to save shit, but I have a twisted idea of financial literacy, and that is to make more money so you can spend the way you already spend. So you overcompensate by your income rather than saving, which sounds dumb.
There's a word for that.
But also if you just, I forgot the word. That's why I didn't say.
Yeah, or two words. It's called the lifestyle creep, where you make more money, but you slowly start spending more.
Yeah. And,
So it's like you make the same amount.
Shit happens, brother. At least I'm happy. That's why I kind of disagree with what Dad said about, scrape by and do what you think is fun or make good money. Mm-hmm. I'll have you know, I was not making good money and I was scraping by. And I feel like doing anything like school or getting into aviation would be scraping by, but not making money because school costs money.
Yeah.
Getting your license costs money for avionics and FAA? FFA? I don't remember. So I feel like it's a very dated mindset. Sorry, Dad, but that's very dated. But it's okay to think that way because there's plenty of things that you could do that make good money.
Yeah.
That you might not like. But I don't believe you should have to settle for something you don't like just to make money.
Yeah, and I think that what he's saying is a safe route.
Yes.
And that as a parent is, always going to be how you lean because you want your kids to be safe and stable and all that. So I think that's where he comes from too.
Scared money don't make money.
That's true. That's what they say in the street.
Yeah.
Gee, shit.
And no risk, no story. So
no risk, no reward. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. No guts, no glory.
Yep. And I do not want to live the American dream like my mother and my dad lived, because it crashes and burns for a lot of people. So
Yeah. You know, I also feel like the typical standard American dream that a lot of people were experiencing around the same time as us, like we were surrounded by a lot of families doing the same thing. It's not really like that way anymore. Like it's not really sustainable for one person to be working and have 4 kids, you know?
Jesus, sorry. I was recording that whole thing you just said. Just gonna fucking... anyways.
Take your phone.
Yeah, I don't like the lifestyle, but I've talked about it like so many times, and Dad knows how I feel. But I appreciate him being, you know, sticking to his guns and being a father figure rather than a homie. Because if he wasn't, then he'd be very childish. So I'm glad he stands his ground, despite his age. What time are we at now?
It's 4:25.
Wow, we've been ripping for a while now.
Yeah, for a minute.
We'll do a couple more and then we'll end it. But yeah, just
We'll end it all.
Yeah, give me a
Suicide pact?
right here. What else you got for me? One if you need me to.
Let's see. What is one piece of advice that you can share with your listeners?
General advice?
General life advice.
I talked about one that I really resonated with on the last walking podcast I did. I have a lot of people come to me for advice, like one-on-one. So I would tend to lean towards advice towards that, because I've always just said, you know, do what you want to and don't care about what people think, because that one's common. But the other one that people come to me for is, I don't know what to do and I'm always alone. And with that, I would say something that I've 1000% have said before, but I want to reiterate that: enjoy hanging out with yourself. Find something to do that makes you happy, and you don't even have to think about it. Like for me, the last time I found myself smiling really big, I was at a car meet, and I had one of my best friend, another close friend, a new friend that I just met, and a close friend that I'm introducing to a new friend. So I'm having all these people come together, and I'm watching them, and I'm like, dude, this is what makes me feel good. And it makes me feel so white for saying this, but I love bringing the people together.
It's about community.
Yeah, I do. It makes me feel really good, because even through the awkwardness, there's nothing but benefit from that. People think, oh, that was weird, but I did have a good time. I was smiling, and it does nothing but help people grow out of their shells and become less shy. And I've seen so many shy people that I've met that I've been like, hey, let's go do this thing. We're gonna go do this. And they slowly come out of their shell and they branch off from me, which is nice because I can't attain to so many people at once. But yeah, just finding that one thing that you really like doing, whether it's doing something simple like hanging out with a bunch of people at a car meet, or it's going hiking by yourself. This is stuff that I do.
I was like, I don't know if girls should be doing that. Get kidnapped.
You get a girlie with you, that's all you need to do. You get two girlies and a Glock, that's all you need.
2 girlies and a Glock, there you go. Now I'm protected.
No, there's plenty of walking paths that are pretty public, that a lot of families go on. Anyways, do something that you like to do, and have fun being around yourself, because I have many friends that don't have friends, and you know, I'm not available for all the time. So if you don't have that thing that you're not excited to do, when you have days off and everyone's busy, everyone's with their family or they're working, you're gonna be bored as shit.
Yeah.
And you have to live with that for the rest of your life, because when people move on and they get married and you're still trying to find someone, you're gonna be lonely as shit.
And that's something that, it's like at the end of the day, you're always going to have yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the relationship you need to be like square with. So A lot of people don't realize that till they're like in their 30s, that it's really important to enjoy your own company.
Yeah, I was telling, I think I was telling Dad this at one point. I don't remember what the context was. But at the end of the day, it's always you, just like you said. Because whether you're married or not, you're in a relationship or not, maybe she's out of town, maybe she's somewhere else, and you can't be with her, or she's working a double shift and she can't look at her phone or her phone's off. You have to sit with yourself.
Exactly. You gotta be okay with
the
that.
only variable there is maybe you have a kid. But even with a kid, the kid goes to sleep eventually.
Yep.
And you'll be staring at a blank wall. So if you're not happy with staring at a blank wall in peace, then you're probably just gonna go down a bad route eventually.
It's something that never goes away. You can't run from yourself.
Yeah. So I guess it's just saying don't be dependent on people and be independent, which is a very general way to put it. But dude, I've been the most depressed person the last 2 years. In the last like 6 months, I found that out. That like, man, if I really don't butter up and find something I like doing on my days off, this is one. But I mean, even when I don't have anything planned, I still get a little stressed out. But I'll literally force myself to drive somewhere, like to a store, to get my mind moving. Because if I don't wake up and move around when I first get up, my brain just goes phone, stare, and then I get stressed because I'm like, I don't have anything going today. But as soon as I get momentum, then I start putting action to it. Like I'll force myself to go to the store, even if it's to get $1 water or if it's just to walk around. I'll start to think of things. I'm like, oh shit, that's something I wanted to do. Oh, I want to ship out my package today. Oh yeah, I have to plan because I'm meeting with my sister later. And then I'll start to do things, and then I'll actually be busy. So I've never actually been busy on my own merit until the last 6 months.
That's
and
awesome.
That is a crazy good feeling.
Yeah, as an object in motion stays in motion.
Yeah.
Positive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good positive change there.
Also, advice for anyone on social media? Fuck a posting schedule. If you have a posting schedule, you will not fucking okay, it works for some people, but for me, if I have a posting schedule, I will not make shit. I will not do shit. And that's why I've been posting super consistently, because I'm like, whenever I feel it, I'm gonna do it. And same with like my photography. A lot of photographers will be like, but I want to post at 12 p.m. on a Tuesday. I'm like, yeah, sure, post in the middle of the day because you're not gonna get any interaction at midnight. But it really doesn't matter. Don't be like, oh, this one only got 47 likes, the last one got 200. Who the fuck, dude? You're gonna have the one that misses all the time. Why would you just give up on yourself so fast because one misses? Because if you're gonna get, if you know you're gonna hit, and you're gonna hit on the 100th post, why would you wait until one post hits? You would want to post 100 posts first. Jesus Christ. You want to post 100 posts first so you can get that 100th hit, viral, whatever it is. 1,000 likes, 100,000 likes.
I think consistency matters over everything with the algorithms. As long as you're posting, every day or every other day, I think that's all they really care about.
Is it really raining right now?
It's fucking raining.
If it stays like this, it's fine. Oh, I can see the clouds. Oh shit, look how much rain that is.
It's a raining.
Nah, at least we'll have a break between episodes. But consistency is definitely key. I learned that because I first hopped on Depop and I was like, I really don't know how this works. I found some girl that was local, and she was selling something that I bought, and I was like, hey, I see you sell a lot of stuff. What is your advice to me, and do you ever worry about getting returns? And she goes, no, I really don't worry about it, but if you post consistently enough, you'll get sales. So I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And I posted like 15 things, and I started selling stuff, and I sold like 30 things within the first like month.
That's insane.
And it's really not that hard to do. You just gotta have a barrier to entry, super high, and then like offer people lower numbers for your item to show it's on sale or whatever. You just gotta be consistent and keep like refreshing and reposting and whatever. And same with this.
Yeah,
you just gotta keep doing it. And even though I don't know what I'm doing yet, I'm way more comfortable than I was on the first episode. And yeah, it just translates a lot better if you just keep doing it. It's rhythm, it's muscle memory.
Consistency matters. I feel like I didn't really see any traction on half my stuff until I was posting every day for 6 months.
Yeah.
At like the 6-month mark, I started seeing, traction.
Yeah.
But every day for 6 months.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. If you want to dip into the whole reel thing for a second, we can, but it might be a little bit of a heated conversation.
Trying to duke it out.
You and I are like a complete opposite end for social media.
Let's go.
I'm like kind of nonchalant. But if I word it the way I want to word it, it will be kind of rude.
Yeah.
I do not like to record things that I do not like. I do not want to record something I want just so it's viral. And that's why I have been resistant to posting so many YouTube shorts for myself, because I'm like, if it's not something I would watch, I'm probably not going to post it. And that's why I think it's the reels you send me, I'm like, that's cool, that's funny. Seeing the comparison, the throwback to whatever. But I don't think I would record that myself, because I would just scroll past, you know? And
that's fair.
And I know that's like your niche, so I'm kind of like making a shot at your niche. But it's just not mine. So
I like to like find trends and then do them. Yeah. Because that's what pops things into the algorithm.
Yeah.
And I get it. Different strokes for different folks.
It takes the authenticity out for me. But
for me, it's like I get to put my own twist on it, you know, and that's authentic to me.
But my I'm gonna play my own devil's advocate. I do this with car trends sometimes. If someone does a car trend of their car, they're like, oh, the car, male's first car, and it's like a Toyota Corolla, and their second car is like a 340, and it's like a huge upgrade or whatever. I'll do stuff like that occasionally because it's like takes no effort. I don't give a fuck if it's viral.
And you do it in a context that makes sense to your branding. See, with my branding, family's an important thing. That's why I saw a family trend and I'm like, ooh, maybe my little brother will do this.
No, I'm not doing it.
You turned 25 and you're too cool for me. Get the fuck out of here.
You're not supposed to tell people that I'm 25. I'm fucking old.
No,
dude.
you're 27.
Okay.
27 club. It's okay, I'll have Dad do it with me.
The joke that Dad made when I was when we were younger, he's like, yeah, I'm 54 or I'm 34 with 20 years of experience.
Oh, that's gangster.
Because he was like 54. And now every time someone fucking makes a joke, they like, I have friends that look like, Taylor. He's like, yeah, bro, he's like, I'm 21, and I'm like, yeah, or sorry, I'm 31. I'm like, yeah, you're 21 with 10 years of experience. And like, it's just some people do not look their age, and I've had people tell me I look like I'm 39, and I'm like, what? I don't see it, but I've also had people tell me I look like I'm 18. So
I get people that ask if I'm freaking 16, and then they see my tattoos, and they're like, oh. And I'm like, I'm a 16-year-old felon. Like, what are you talking about?
In the clink for 16 years.
I'm from Juvie.
We're no projected rain, but there's still rain, so I think we're good for a couple more minutes.
Bet.
I did not anticipate on having this many questions, so I'm very happy with how this is going.
Oh, it's like you're running out of questions.
Oh, that's a good one, because I'm actually curious. Do you have any feelings you normally repress, and why?
I feel like this has been
That's a loaded. You can make it general. You don't have to say specific things.
I feel like this has been a heavy topic lately. The repressed feelings. Looking at the producer back there, he knows.
I'm sure he's heard way more than I have. You could just be general about it. What's a feeling that you feel that you repress all the time?
I'm trying to think of the one that's been the most recent. I think that my worst one is I repress like frustration really, like way too much. Like if something's like not okay, I'll just act like it's fine just to keep the peace. Yeah. That's a really big issue for me. That's been a big issue since we were kids. Yeah. I've always just been like, just keep the peace. Everything's cool. I'm fine.
Dude, I don't know if I talked about that when I talked about it on a solo podcast. Sorry, I'm just making sure that shit's still on. But I talked about that because that was a huge thing for me, is like when I'm around people, I'm always trying to, I don't know, not people please, but when people confront me, I'm like, please please just, everything's okay. Please calm down. It's fine. And that's not a problem. But when it's reversed, I like to confront people. So I don't like to be confronted. I like to confront.
Yeah.
So.
And I've noticed that for myself too. But like, do you want me to stand with you?
No, you're good. You're good. You can do whatever you want. Or you can do that too.
That's so awkward.
That looks way less comfortable than what I'm doing.
I'm cold and bundling up into a ball.
Yeah, dude, I don't even give a fuck if I'm out of frame. But
I've noticed that, I don't know, I just have a habit of having like a poker face and acting like everything's okay when it's not. Or if I need help, I don't ask anyone for help, you know?
it sounds like we're about to be bombed. Oh my god, he's banking left so hard. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
The whole plane was like this. I'm like, dude, I want to be in that right now. With how many crashes that are happening,
Hell no.
dude, I would not be surprised.
We'll have a crash right on video here.
Yeah, repressing my frustration is very, very true too. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like we'll grow out of it, and I'm growing out of it for sure. But I find myself, to kind of answer that question myself, is my anger. I get very angry, mostly to myself. And I get angry at people in my head, and I have to seclude myself because I'm angry. I never express it to people. It leaks out a little bit when I'm really close to someone and I've been around them for a really long time. They'll do something, I'm like, oh my, stop, dude, you're being overboard. And I'm like, I'll act out, but it's like in ways of like, I'm just finally snapping kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's bugged me for so long, I haven't said anything about it.
Yeah.
And it's my fault, but I'm doing the Cloudy with a Chance of meatball orb again, where it's building up and then it blows. So I just, maybe I'll find a way around it eventually, but yeah, I totally get how you feel.
I bottle things up too. I think it's like getting in a practice of talking about, put a fucking Mento in it and shake it up.
No, I was talking about like a bottle that you put the note in and put the cork on and throw it out to sea. We're in two different
I was talking about a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, I think we're in the same boat, because we both obviously came from the same family, so I think it trends from the way we grew up. But I also, something I've wanted to talk about for a while, but I'm not going to dig deep into, it's too personal, but relying on personal issues for pity and for excuses to the way that you act. Not you specifically.
Like victim mindset?
Victim mentality. Because I've had so many people that act out to each other and to all my friends, and I'm like, they're like, well, I had a shitty upbringing, my parents were, and I'm like, that doesn't mean you should be an asshole.
That's true.
This is, you know, they're like, it's my first time living, I'm just learning. I'm like, so am I, bitch, and I would never do that to you.
So am I, bitch.
I would never do that to you.
You know, that's something that I have to keep myself in check with, like, and with my internal monologue quite often, actually, because sometimes I'll do things where I'm like, where did that fucking come from? And I'm like, just because I'm traumatized doesn't mean I need to act like that. Like, I need to check myself sometimes.
Before you wreck yourself.
Literally.
Well, I'm going to close it out here because we're almost sitting at an hour, dude. I've had some feedback from a couple of my producers that listen frequently, and they said, past 30 minutes is a little bit long because you can only have so much in a day. You can only listen for so long, but to that I say, listen to this in chunks, please.
Just listen
Here,
to
I'll
it.
just make 10-second TikToks for you of the entire podcast, so I can have 1,000 TikToks of one podcast.
10 seconds at a time, baby.
Yeah, but thank you for coming on again. I'm sure people are gonna ask for you to come back on. So, and maybe next time we won't talk about how much we suck, but
okay, I love yapping with you.
Yeah, I'll get a table or something. I'll get a tent or something. That would be cool, so we can actually rip back and forth. And I was gonna say eat a burger, but I do not want to do that on camera.
You could try to do what's it called, mukbang?
No, fuck no, fuck no. But I do like this vibe we got going on.
Yeah.
the authenticity, the no setup. Actually, that it feels a little more candid. I had someone tell me that it makes them feel a little more comforted because they don't feel like I'm interviewing them while I'm looking at the camera, and I'm not trying to be professional. I just feel like I'm talking to them, venting to them. So thank you so much. I'm trying to shake your hand. Thank you so much for being a guest.
Okay.
I think the producers kind of tired us now, so we're gonna end it there. You can laugh now.